Good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. If it's your first time to the channel, what we do around here is we find music from all over the world, try to broaden people's horizons. We follow people's suggestions rather than following algorithms. We wouldn't have found this much music any other way. We got just some awesome up and coming bands that you should be checking out. Whatever it is you're into, we got a lot of stuff for you to check out. So definitely take a look around. And one thing that we've really been focusing on, being a guitarist is different like guitar music's like flamenco and stuff like that. Different guitarists from all over the world. We got Elite Bata, phenomenal guitarist out of Indonesia. I'd highly suggest you check out Paco de Lucia. The whole genre of flamenco is filled with just incredible guitar players that you really need to see, and I would invite you to check out that playlist as well. But I wanted to talk about this man right here because this is our Paco de Lucia in America. This is one of the guitarists I grew up with. Saw him a lot on TV growing up. There was a show, Hee-Haw. He was a big part of that. It was like this country comedy variety show. You would have had to been there to understand it, but it was, even people that weren't into country music like Hee-Haw. It was a great show. I don't think you could get away with some of the stuff that they did back then, but I would definitely invite you to check it out. But this was a man that, like, when I was young, I was, introduced to him, and they were like, this guy could make a guitar really sing. He can make a guitar talk. And I was always like, how do you make a guitar talk? And I wasn't understanding, what, they were talking about. But this actually is a song, in a way, is a bit reminiscent of something you would hear from Spain or whatnot. But this is Roy Clark. Check this out. Yeah.
I love to do that to him. Now, he'll worry about that until morning. Now, I have a problem here. My main problem is the shape of the back of this guitar and the shape of the front of me. As you can tell from the side view, they're not going to fit. One of them ought to pooch in. But this is a Spanish-flavored song I'd like to try for you that flew up from Cuba about 9 years ago, and I put it in a fruit jar and watered it. It never would grow, so I picked it. Now, don't start murmuring to yourself. I'm getting ready to pick it again. If you're taking notes, the name of it is Malagueña. I got to take this plug out.
He's doing
Lest
this
I
on
don't
a
know what
12
I'll
string.
remember. M-A-L-A Guenya.
M-A-L-A Guenya. Really feel like South American, American influence in this. Yes. Yes, and one thing I like must have been like a full live show. Now, um, I growing up, like I said, I most of like what I saw of him was on Hee-Haw as a character. But when I, got older and really was serious about guitar and really watched him, and then now learning about like flamenco and stuff, it's like I would love to have seen him with the greats like Paco de Lucia, John McLaughlin, Adi Miola, Vicente Amigo, uh, even Nino. Um, it just you know him, the just the rhythm sections he would come up with that they would play on top of. I mean, you're talking the stuff that they would do. I mean, they're all partying in that big gig in the sky. Definitely uh this why I picked this song was it was something that it the Spanish music influenced him, and I wanted to kind of show that um someone that is known up in the leagues or the in the likes of like a Paco de Lucia or whatever over here, um playing something influenced um by Spanish music. I love the way that it came full circle before I ever even knew what some of this stuff was, and or where this inspiration was coming from, and the way that he kind of he pays homage to you know flamenco styles a bit, but it's like there's a lot of like almost samba feelings, but this really feels like if this could be the melody, the background, and then over the top of this, you would have Paco and Al Di Meola and John McLaughlin doing their, everybody doing their thing, and how they would interweave. And it's just, I know that Roy Clark must have known, and I'm sure there's probably even interviews somewhere of him talking about some of these people or paying recognition some of these greats. I have to, I cannot believe that somebody of his status or whatever did not know who these people were and weren't inspired by them. And this just, it's one of my best examples I can show you without getting into like the Eddie Van Halen's, Joe Satriani's, and stuff like that. And it's like, um, you know, uh, this this guitarist really like wowed me. He was one of the first guitarists to really like and it was in a genre that, I was more into rock and roll and stuff growing up, and I was raised with the older country. And when I heard some of the stuff that he was doing, it was like, they would have Roy Clark come on to just be this special moment. He would come on to just jam out on the guitar and everybody would just be blown away and then he would leave. It was just, that was like he would show up on variety shows and you knew when he walked in the room, you were about to be blown away by something he was going to do on the guitar. And you were going to be like, how is he doing this? And, maybe this isn't the best example of him rolling around on the neck, but I just thought it was such a good example of how it captures that Spanish vibe and really puts some energy into it, and and it really shows you too that you could still maintain that feeling and really be putting a lot into it and still be a tiny piece of the whole recipe. And it's just, yeah, this is just amazing stuff. I would highly encourage you to go check Mr. Roy Clark out if you haven't heard of him already. If you're somebody in my Spanish audience that wants to check out like what our Paco would be, this is where I would show you this guy just you know uh, consistently amazed. There isn't a time that you saw him with a guitar in his hand that he didn't amaze. And even if he was just playing accompanying on another band or being the rhythm section, there would be a time where he would come out of pocket with something just like whoa. And so yeah, I highly encourage you to check this gentleman out and get educated, and definitely up and coming musicians. If you haven't heard of Roy Clark, I would highly encourage you to go check out Roy Clark, guitarist. He he is an inspiration that will inspire you from many directions. And you'll see that the more you dig into him, that he takes inspiration from everywhere. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to like flamenco and stuff like that, is because of what I like learned from him, I think. And I think that's a piece of the pie there. So yeah, definitely. We got tons more news, reviews, reacts, all sorts of stuff to check out in the musical worlds and beyond. We got a lot of different things to talk about. A lot of awesome music coming out this year, so we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of that. There's a lot of new releases we're going to talk about. We haven't even got to yet. A lot of just awesome playlists that I would highly encourage you to take a look around, follow the links, go show these bands some support. We got just a lot of awesome stuff for you to take a look at. Like, comment, subscribe, comment a band or an artist, somebody that we should be checking out, and we will get to them as soon as humanly possible. Hope everybody out there is having a good day. I hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. Like I said, we got a ton more to dig into, so finding new music and all that is what you're all about, and from all around the musical genres and stuff. So yeah, have fun taking a look around, because you're going to find something, I guarantee it's going to amaze, or something that you didn't know you needed in your life. So yeah, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day out there, everybody.